Are you trying to get master farming? Do you need to get it quickly? Well, today I will be showing you how to get farming in like maybe 5, 10 hours. First things first, you need a hoe. If you don't have a hoe at this point, there is a building in New Bordeaux with a merchant that sells the hoe and the seeds you're gonna need to get to master. The only seeds you will be able to harvest if you are at the like if you have not gotten any levels is the carrot seeds. You're gonna need to get the carrot seeds and harvest these. You might need to harvest 20 seeds or so to get you enough to level up. So what you want to do when you have these seeds, you take your hoe, you just go to the ground, and it shows you in the bottom right corner to till ground. And what you want to do is just till ground a bunch of times. But to actually use the seeds, you have to go to your inventory and you go down to look for your seeds. And when you do, you wanna go in your hotbar thing, and I recommend you put it in your your, your actual hotbar, and put it in a keybind. I recommend putting it in the first keybind, especially if you're planting a lot. The the carrot seeds don't take too long, but there are different plants that take longer and shorter times, and so on. There's also contracts you could turn in, and they are really easy for the experience to your farming. And after you plant these carrots, you can move on to tomatoes. The next the next fruits or vegetables you could harvest are potatoes and onions. Potatoes and onions are not very fun to harvest because every seed is only one crop. It gets quite annoying when you are trying to turn in the contracts. For other plants like tomatoes, the wheat, or sugarcane, it gives you three per. And you just talk to the guy. You say, "Show me the available contracts," and there's some hauling. The hauling just restocks the stock. What you do with the hauling ones, you go to the dock down there, and you come back up, and it actually restocks those seeds. But that you could take the potato and the carrot or the tomato, and it gives you the XP. And it actually says right here, plus 100 farming XP if you return 20 potatoes. And that scales up with different crops. But with the next one, I'd recommend you do onions. They grow pretty fast. You could do a mixture of both onions and potatoes, but like I said before, you only get one per seed you plant. So doing these contracts to get extra experience will be a little bit difficult. But suppose you're done with the potatoes and the onions, you move on to the you you move on to the tomatoes, the corn, and the sweet potatoes. With these ones, you're gonna have to go to a different island. You have to go to a different island with the ones before. I forgot to mention. With the potato and the onion, you have to go to different islands. If you look at the seeds when you're in the shop, you go to coffee seeds, Cantermain Island. Bean seeds, it says Cantermain. Wheat, it says Cantermain. Corn, it says Cantermain. Broccoli, it says Buval Isles. And carrot says Buval Isles. Pepper, Buval Isles. Tomato, Buval Isles. Potato, Buval Isles. Sugarcane, Cantermain. Sweet potato seeds, Cantermain. And onions, Cantermain. And once you reach the apprentice level, what you're going to want to do is you could buy your seeds here, or you could buy your seeds at Canterman. Once you spawn, you want to head over this way, and the second building in, this one, is your farmer. This is the guy you buy your seeds from. This is the guy you turn in your contracts. And the contracts, once you do enough, like you see in the bottom, these bars, you could turn these in for better tools. Like I said, tier 2 is the apprentice hoe. Tier 3, really nothing for farming. And then tier 4 is the scythe. If you can get enough for the scythe, I do recommend you getting it. The scythe makes it a lot faster. And if you're new, you don't really need the scythe, it just makes it faster. But if you're a more experienced player and you know how to gain a little bit of money, I do recommend you invest into it. Once you place like 50 wheat, you'll get to sugarcane. And here's where you need to start planting like crazy, because you need 62,000 experience just to get to the next level. The master. And with the sugarcane seeds, they're actually really easy to do. It's just the time it takes. And at this point, if you don't have a scythe, it will take a really long time to harvest. And if it's like this and no one is farming here, I do recommend you use all of this. Do not skimp on any of this. You could even make more if you want. And if there's no more seeds in stock, because there's a quite a limited stock, especially when you're trying to get to master. What I would do, sugarcane and wheat. Sugarcane and wheat. Wheat gives 60 XP and sugarcane gives 80 XP per crop.